Hey guys, Dr. Dex here. Today I want to talk to you about something really cool. We got a brand new tool. Here it is. It's a DeWalt Cordless power planer. And I had to go buy this last night because we had to shave some joists down and our planer took a digger. So if you like what you see today, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon if you want to be notified every time we're putting out fresh content. So look how shiny and new this is. So nice. This is model number DCP580. It's basically just called a planer. It runs off the DeWalt 20 volt flex volt platform. You can run 5 amp hour, 6 amp, 8, 12 amp hour batteries. All of them will fit into this device. There's a depth knob right here and a dust port right here. I do not have a dust bag for it, but if you wanted to, you could add a dust bag right here. Here's your depth setting, so you can hear it click. What that does is it changes the plate thickness. See if you can see that. Can you see that? So that's probably too much of a cut right there. So we're gonna start light and we'll go heavy, okay? Okay, we have construction. This is a construction site first, and then a tool review site second. So I'm gonna direct some traffic. Meet Mackenzie. Wow, for camera, he's carrying 2 boards. That's impressive. All right, so what this does, this machine shaves the top of lumber down to create a more equal height. So a lot of our framing may have a crown in it, may have a knot in it, may have a high spot. So we use this device to shave it down. Now I'm gonna take, hey Naz, what were you shaving at earlier? He was shaving at 1/128th. So let's start there. So it has a lever right here that you have to activate by pushing down on it, which I guess because, I mean, if you put your fingers right here, man, you're gonna be really in a lot of pain and throwing a lot of red. So don't do that. I mean, this thing it's kind of a dangerous device if you don't know what you're doing. So you gotta push down on this lever. And then it's straight open, man. So this is a really tool you need to use a lot of caution with. So there's also a little elevated brake right here. And you can lock that down, but what that does is it'll actually keep you from going too deep in certain situations. I was reading the manual a little bit about it. And what it does is when you set it down on your workpiece, it keeps you from digging in to the material. So it's kind of like a safety, all right? I click that back because I really do want to dig right into the wood. So when I start shaving this, the wood shavings are gonna go that way out of this port. So let's see how this works. All right, so that was basically 2 clicks on this, so it's half of a 64th. Now, these blades are brand new, so they're cutting really good. You can see the knot is probably the high spot in this piece of wood right here. So I'm gonna try to take that knot out. My clamp might be in the way. It is a little bit, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change my clamp location. Okay, so now you can kind of see where I stopped. It's a little bit deeper. And obviously we're taking the treatment right off the top of the joist. Usually I only use this when I'm doing a waterproof deck like Decks are dry, because I want all the joists to be on an equal plane. If I have a really high joist in a standard deck, I may shave that down as well, but we try to grade all of our framing beforehand so that we don't have as many highs and lows throughout the deck. If we do end up having to shave some joists, we'll go back and put some Q-Tech Extreme on the top of this, and then we may end up G-taping the entire deck. Like the lower deck on this particular project we're on right now is G-tape, but the upper deck we're not G-taping because we're gonna be using Decks are dry and there's no need to G-tape. It'd be kind of a waste of money, all right? So, now that that's done, I'm impressed with how well this is working, but I want to take a little more material, really create some sawdust here. So I'm gonna do 2 more clicks to 1/64th and let's see what that does. sitting there. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to 1/32. See what that does. Nice. So with a power planer, if you don't have this as flat to your material as possible, you can actually create an angle on your top of your joist. So you gotta be careful and run this thing nice and flat as you go along, or else you can end up with a bevel on the side of the joist. So let's go 3/64 and see what happens. So I think we're hitting, what's happening is I'm hitting right here. This is where the cutter stops. And as I'm coming into that spot where the cutter has stopped, because we keep lowering the elevation of the joist, it wants to catch right there. So that's something you need to look out for, because you can actually take too much out of the top of a joist just as easily. Like if you have it too low, you're not taking enough, but if you have it cranked up too high, you're gonna take too much, like I'm about to do. Okay, I'm gonna take this thing all the way up. It says here 5/64. So taking out 5/64, let's see how much sawdust we create with that. That looks great. Took it no problem. I don't know if I would try to take that much all in one crack when I'm trying to be specific, but basically on this planer, this is the width of your blade. Your blade is the width of this area right here, and there's the blade right there. There's two of them on this tool that cut the width of this. So if you don't have this on your workpiece for this width, if you miss, then you're out of luck. That's all the width you're gonna be cutting. Another couple cool features, there's onboard blade storage right here, so you can actually pull this cap and pull this out, and it'll actually hold 2 additional blades right here. So if you need to do a blade change, there's a couple onboard tools as well. There's one right here that goes in and it locks in, and it's a side gauge, so that if you wanted to, you could have this side gauge here to hold this, so you know exactly where you're cutting every time you cut, if you don't want to freehand it like I just did. There's one more feature on this plate on the planer. There's a little 45 for beveling, so if you have a really sharp edge and you just want to take out the corner of some material, like right here, you can actually put your planer right on the edge like this. And then you can bevel the side like that. Ooh, that's a little deep. That's a little deep. Let's take it all the way to 0 and see where it goes. Okay, it's not bad. Still kind of deep though. If you just wanted to take a little tiny bit, I don't know how you do it, because that's as low as it goes. So that beveling, it's going to be for something that you want to take a decent amount out in one cut. That's basically our new power planer, and we're really happy with it. We basically purchased this tool just to do this job right here. Shave the tops of joists, and it works really good for that. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and we'll get back to you. If you like what you saw, or if you even didn't like it, if you hated this video, click that subscribe button. It'll be good for you. And hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when we're putting out new content as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.